obviously a big disaster for Nick, but how is he and what are your options?
Yeah, he's very disappointed, understandably, as we are for him. He's been magnificent this season for us. He doesn't deserve to miss the game, but it is what it is. We'll see what our options are. But we have Laureus and Mark, who have trained really, really well this season. They've been a part of the goalkeeping team all season. They're both fit and ready to play.
Do you have any option on a recall for Gradel if you wanted to?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Miles?
What about the readiness to play? It's obviously been a long time since either goalkeeper was played a competitive game.
Yeah, but I think behind the scenes, these lads train every day. They play games behind closed doors. I've got no doubt they're both in great physical condition to play the game. No injury concerns. As I say, they've been part of our goalkeeping unit. We're very hands-on and active with them during the sessions. We will mix and rotate who we use in certain moments. So they've all been part of our training all season.
Comes with a lot of experience, even though he hasn't played regular football.
Yeah, absolutely, and that was the reason for taking his profile. Really, he has the experience of the big games. I've got no doubt or issue over his ability to do that, and he's continued to improve and impress in training.
Jordan?
How pleased were you with the players and the way they reacted from going down to 10 men, because it seemed like actually in parts, you had chances to score and probably argue with a better side.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I thought we were very good with 10 men. I thought we were very good with 11 men at the start of the game. Created the first chance, big chance. The crowd were electric. It seemed set for a really good afternoon. The 2 goals we're disappointed with. They came out of nothing really, no real pressure, just quality moments from them. The sending off happens, you fear the worst, but if anything, we grew into the game, and as you say, we created chances all through that period, and I just felt if we could get the 3rd goal, could have been a really interesting end to the game, but that goal never came.
How important was Alan St. Maxim to you in that, and I see when you went down to 10 men?
Well, I thought Maxi started the game really well on the left, and gave them problems, transitional problems in all moments. And then when he moved centrally, a different role, but his influence in the game was still there, and formed a really good partnership with Alex. I thought they looked really good together. Their dribbling ability, their pace. Yeah, we were a constant threat in the game, and yeah, I was very pleased with the team and how we responded. It was only to the latter parts of the game, really, as we tired, that Liverpool created some chances.
Okay, we've got Scott and then Martin. Scott?
Would the worry any be that the defence has looked really solid all season, and clearly Liverpool had some very good passes of the ball, but there were balls over the top really that seemed to undo you in that kind of 15 minutes spell?
Yeah, Liverpool have that pace and that quality, so they have the quality to find the runs. We would back ourselves on another day to have defended those situations a lot better. We didn't. Well, we paid the price for that. We'll review that and analyse it. But teams, with the quality of Liverpool, have the ability to unpick you with one moment, and our challenge is to keep our concentration and obviously prevent that. We didn't do that well enough today.
Okay, Martin?
3 questions in one here, Eddie. How did you end up with Norris? How much has he impressed you behind the scenes? And can you believe that he's now going to be playing in it?
Yeah, no, I've been really impressed. You see him from the outside. He's a really likeable character, very laid back, very relaxed, but in his training focused. And as I said many times, Nick's form's been a whole combination of things. Ultimately, it's down to Nick, but the training, the people around him have supported him, and Laureus has been key to that. So he's been excellent behind the scenes, as has Mark. So that's what you have a goalkeeping team for. Look, it's not something we wanted for Nick, because he's been outstanding and we wanted him to play in the game. But now it's time for someone else to stand up.
How did you end up signing him?
We were obviously looking at a very limited pool of goalkeepers, but he was the name that immediately stood out in that moment. So out of contract goalkeepers that were free and available. But I don't think we could have picked a better one. He comes with a wealth of experience, and these games are, he's accustomed to them, he's used to them. So yes, he hasn't had competitive action for a long time, but he's fit and ready to play.
And there's not been much time since the game's finished, but have you made contact?
I've come straight in here. So I will make contact with him, obviously, but I see him and speak with him every day. And as I say, he's trained very well.
Okay, Craig.
Eddie, what was your take on the incident leading up to Nick being sent off? It seemed uncharacteristic, probably started a bit of a muddle. What was your take?
These things happen at such high speed, and the conditions were slightly difficult today with the wind and the slippy surface. I think just probably slightly misjudged the ball. Yes, it's hit his arm. Is it a red card? I'm of the view I think that was harsh, personally. I think the referee could have easily given a yellow card in that situation.
You said then earlier on, so you could assess your options. Can I just ask, what does that mean? Does that mean there's an option beyond Carrius and Gillespie?
I've got no idea. I don't think so, but assessing my options of those two players, really.
All right, okay. And just the last one, I suppose all of this is put into perspective by the news on Christian Media as well, and just how has that been for you, players who you were very much?
Very difficult day. To wake up to that news was devastating for me, everyone associated with Newcastle, everyone who knew Christian. I worked with him for a season, and he was just an incredible, likeable guy. Really, really good person, really good teammate, and an outstanding player. And as you say, it puts everything into perspective. We're devastated for him and his family.
Okay, Aaron and then Kieran.
Eddie, I think it was after Kieran Rich, you said that sometimes defeats can actually be positives, you know, they do sort of focus the mind. You've been on this fantastic unbeaten run in the Premier League. Is there a feeling of that this time round, given that you've got focus now for Man United to put things right?
Well, I think we're pleased the final's here. I didn't want the wait to be any longer. Want to get the game, prepare well for the game, and try and win the game. But as much as you don't want to talk about it, it has been the talk of everybody, and naturally, I think the focus has. I wouldn't criticise the players in terms of focusing on the final ahead of anything, or, ahead of the Premier League. But just the talk of it's been there. So pleased to get the game and play and prepare this week. And I think we're ready for it.
Callum obviously didn't drink too much this week. How did you think he fared and how was he feeling?
Yeah, I think Callum did well when he came on. He had the chance to score, which he's probably disappointed with that he didn't take. It was really good driving play from Anthony, who did well, as did most of the substitutes who came on. So yeah, Callum did well, and was pleased with him, and just pleased he's come through that 30-minute spell fine.
Okay, Kieran.
I suppose you desperately don't want this defeat to be damaging. Is that the message after the game to the players?
Yeah, I don't think it will be damaging for us because of the manner of the defeat. I think no one wants to lose, but there's ways to lose. I think we lost today having a real go at a top team with 10 men for a huge part of the game. We passed the ball, we still tried to press them and not be too passive. We counter-attacked really well. So I thought there's a lot of aspects of our play today that was very, very good. And if anything, from the players' perspective, it should whet the appetite of what we can be. If we can play that way with a man down, what can we do with even numbers? And I think we have to take confidence from today's game, while recognising there's still areas that we need to improve in.
In a weird way, do you think almost it's good preparation for facing Manchester United, over a very different team, face a big team like that with 10 minutes, they give you real confidence?
Yeah, I think you can look at it that way. I think we have to. I think we have to look at it positively. Probably it was ideal opposition for next week, but we weren't looking at it that way. We were looking to try and win this Premier League game in isolation, and we're disappointed we haven't done that. But now it's done. We can't change it. We have to look forward to the next one.
Any more?
Eddie, probably a stupid question, I apologise, but is Loris here? Is he here today? And has he been routinely going to away games?
No, he hasn't been routinely going to away games. We've sort of mixed up who's travelled as the third goalkeeper. So he's been training today. He's ready to play. I've got no issues with his fitness or form.
Okay, Jordan.
Just you mentioned there about thinking the red card was harsh. You look into a potentially appealing.
Yeah, I don't know where we stand on that, so it'd be foolish of me to comment too much.
Just another one as well, sorry. Just on Eddie Anderson, obviously he was first Premier League start, he lasted 24 minutes, a bit of disappointment for him as well.
Yeah, huge disappointment for him and for me to have to take him off, because it was the last thing I wanted to do. I just felt we needed a transitional threat in the game. The counter-attack was going to be hugely important to us, so we reshuffled and went with two forward players, but those two forward players needed extreme pace, I felt. So unfortunately Elliot was the one to come off, but it was nothing against what he did in that time on the pitch.
Okay, thank you everybody.
Thank you. Cheers. Thank you.